Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
What's going down, gamblers around the world? It's the coach here with my boy Marley Betts. We back in this thing for another day to make some money on this college basketball, leading right into the March Madness. What's going down, Marley?
What is the deal, coach? So one down H-Time, bettors around the world. Get into it. We got some real action today. Know what I'm saying? Got some big boys back so we can finally get back to doing what we do.
Right. Yes, sir. Let's talk about a little bit about yesterday and kind of we did our numbers and our records. And I know you were kind of surprised when you hit me like, damn, that's how I'm doing it.
Yeah. I didn't see us doing that good, man. To be honest, I mean, I knew we was good. We was hot. I didn't know we was that hot. You know what I'm saying? You at what, 24 games over 500? I'm 13 over 500. So shit, I don't, no complaints. That's up to date counting today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, I knew we were hot at one point. I knew we hadn't had a losing week in the last couple months. But yeah, I didn't know what we were doing. I was kind of surprised when I did see the record though, for sure. So shit, let's keep it going, man. Like I say every time, if we just stick to our picks and not doing the extra shit, because we be up and happy and hitting shit, then getting live bets and you fuck with women's college and so shit. That's not even my NBA. I mean, I'm above 500 on NBA too. So I actually think I got a better overall NBA record than my college record, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna go back and add those games up as well. So yeah, bro, shit, let's keep it going, man. Keep winning this money.
How'd you do yesterday?
1-1. Cleveland State, easy money. Wrote that all the way through. And then BYU, man. I mean, BYU popped us. Popped me first half. I know I saw you in the chat. You made a recovery with taking the Zags live. I'll let you give out what you did on that. But so overall day, I guess technically not bad. I mean, I went 1-1. I split. But then I ended up losing. I took BYU plus the 11 at the second half. So, and I knew they was gonna come back. I talked to Moneyline right before the game and at halftime, and I don't know. I just went against myself, I guess. But like I say, overall, not bad. I guess 500.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell was going on with Duke, man. They really let me down. I mean, not Duke. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about today's game.
Yeah.
Gonzaga. Yeah, it was tripping, man.
Come back second half easily.
Yeah, man. I didn't. But yeah, once I saw that halftime bet, I took it, but I was like, man, I could probably get it better because I was looking at the live lines and I took it like straight up. So I called. I was like, yo, let me cancel this real quick, man. I just, I had to do it quick and I was able to get it done. And then that's when I started jumping on the money lines and all that different stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And I wasn't even thinking about that, bro. I wasn't thinking about looking at it live. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, because if I would have seen that Gonzaga plus money live, I would have jumped all over that shit.
Yeah. I had to, Marley. I had to. But man, let's get right into it. I'm trying to finish up. Sending the message out, letting the people know we are here and we are live and we are ready to go over this money.
Yeah, we're a little earlier. We're a little earlier than we normal.
Right.
Normal start.
So let's jump right into it, man. Let's go into this Marquette versus Georgetown Big East Conference Tournament play. Marquette opened up as a -3 favorite. and the total was 143 and a half. Right now, that line is at -3.5. The total's at 144 and a half. Marquette, they are 13-13, right at 500, and 11-15 against the spread. While Georgetown, they are 9-12 and a 12-9 against the spread. Now that 9-12 is very deceiving because, man, Georgetown can hoop. Marquette can hoop as well. Marquette's, I think, is the hotter team out of the two. Right now, injury reports. Georgetown does not have any injuries, and as Marquette has been out for a while now. Marquette is on a 2-game winning streak, beating Xavier 66-59, which they popped my ass on that game, and they beat DePaul 77-71. Georgetown, excuse me, is coming off a loss, 98-82 against UConn, but they were on a 2-game winning streak against DePaul and Xavier. Xavier is another team that plays today, but I'm definitely staying away. I don't want to entertain that. You know what I'm saying? Marquette, they are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. The over's gone over 4 in the last 5. They're 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games. 4-1 against the spread this season. That last line, they were 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games against Georgetown. Marquette, they are 3-8 straight up in the last 11 games. The total has gone over 6 out of the last 7 on a Wednesday, and they are 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games when they are a favorite. Georgetown, actual factors, they are 8-3 against the spread in the last 11, 4-2 straight up in the last 6. The overs hit 4 out of the last 6 games against Marquette. They are 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 games. This season, they're 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 games in the Big East Conference. 1-7 straight up in the last 8 games in the month of March. And the under has hit 6 out of the last 8 against Georgetown. Played on a Wednesday. Georgetown Hoyas versus Marquette Golden Eagles. What you got, Marley?
Excuse me. I'm on Marquette here. Excuse me. I'm on Marquette here. The last 3 times these teams have played each other, Marquette has won all 3 games. They're 2-1 against the spread in those 3 games, and overall, the last 10, Marquette's 5-5, Georgetown 6-4. With Georgetown being 4-2 ATS on the road and 3-1 for Georgetown. So it's not really much of an advantage there because it will be a neutral site game. So that's why I gave the road ATS records. But I just think overall right now that Marquette is playing better basketball. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Georgetown's in. I think Marquette is, or they're both on the bubble. This is a must. Either way it go, what I'm trying to say is it's a must-win game.
On the bubble for what? To get into the tournament?
Yeah, is Georgetown in? No, neither one of these are in, right? They're both.
Yeah, they out of there.
Yeah, they both out of there, right? I thought Marquette might be on the bubble, but at best, that's what they are on the bubble. They're not up for show in. So they both got to win their tournament, which they probably not going to win the Big East, even though it's tournament time and anything can happen. But they need these games if they are on the bubble to get in. I think Georgetown is out, if I'm not mistaken, for sure. But I think Marquette is on the bubble. I don't like the 3.5 because I think this will be a really close game. Because, like you said, Georgetown can hoop. And Marquette is not like it's one of the better teams this year in the conference. So I do like Marquette to win the game, though. But I took the money line. They're, like you said earlier, they're 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games. So like the last couple games, they've been balling. They won 4 out of their last 5, but I think they're on a 2-game win streak currently. So with that being said, I'm gonna stick with the money line. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of that 3.5. I'm not sure if they can cover it. I'm really scared of the 3.5, but I think Marquette wins this game. I already jumped on the money line earlier before we made a play. Before we did the video.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Marquette definitely been on fire in the last 5 games or so. A lot of their losses, man, they were very competitive in those games. They are a young team, but they do definitely have some playmakers, and they got veteran leadership inside the post. George,
Garcia got to play. That's your boy
huh?
in the post. Garcia. He got to come to play today. That's the
Yes,
guy in
sir.
the post.
Yeah,
He leads the team with 13 points a game, 6 rebounds. He got to show up big today.
I'm right there with you. I like Marquette money line, 3.5. I just don't want to deal with any points. You know, my portfolio is at a spot right now to where I can just take risks. Georgetown's definitely one of those scrappy teams that we've talked about in the past. So we definitely, be careful with this game. That's why I know Marquette's going to win this game, but the spread, Georgetown is very competitive, so it can definitely go either way. But right now, I'm going to definitely go with Marquette for the money line, man, just to be safe on that one.
Right there with you. Right there with you. See, we got some comments in the chat. Syracuse on UNC Ash. Let's
Yeah,
go.
UNC.
You got UNC?
It's not UNC. The NC State.
NC
That's
State. Yeah,
Mikey.
right.
Mikey full of them pills because he just had his teeth done. So, all right. So we both on Marquette money line right there.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to this next game. We got Duke
Uh,
taking on Louisville. This is the third matchup between the two. Duke opened up as a -1.5 favorite. The total was 141. While now it's sitting at -2.5, and the total's now at 140. Duke Blue Devils, they are 12-11, 8-15 against the spread, while Louisville Cardinals are 13-6, 9-10 against the spread in the last 10 games. Actual factuals: Duke got Jay Johnson out, while Louisville, Mike M. Williams, he is questionable for today's game. He is that big man down low. In the last couple of games, Duke just busted their 3-game losing streak against Louisville, G-Tech, and UNC to Boston College. Boston College is not a good team, man. So they're trending down right now. Louisville, they're kind of up there. I mean, in the last 5 games, they are 3-2. They lost to UVA, which is, that's totally, okay, because that's a good ass team.
right.
They beat Duke, they beat Notre Dame, some of the scrubs, and they lost big to North Carolina. But so let's get into these actual factuals before I kind of throw my pick out there. The total's gone over 6 out of the last 7. They are 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games against Louisville. The overs hit 9 out of the last 11 games this season for Duke. The overs hit 6 out of the last 7 against ACC opponents. They are 9-3 straight up in the last 12 games, 16-4 straight up in the last 20 games when played on a Wednesday, and 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing as a favorite. Louisville Cardinals, they are 13-6 straight up in the last 19 games. They are 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games played in the month of March, 11-2 straight up in the last 13 games on a Wednesday, and 2-13 straight up in the last 15 games when playing as an underdog. Duke Blue Devils, Louisville Cardinals, what you got?
Duke's already in, right? Or are they still on the bubble?
To the tournament, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not honest. I don't know really.
Not sure. I think Duke is already in. However, all right. I took Louisville here. And I'm gonna recommend Louisville. That's gonna be my play, plus the 2.5. I actually took the money line. But I'm gonna recommend the 2.5. If you wanna sprinkle a little bit on there and join me, come on ahead. But last 3 times these teams have played each other, Louisville has won all 3 games. The last game was 73-80. Louisville was the underdog in that game, and Louisville has been playing good basketball as of late. I think you said they won 4 out of their last 5. Neither one of these teams have been playing traditionally like we expect them to. Over the course of the season, especially Duke. I've been kind of fading Duke all year, except for like the last month they played better. Their last 10 games, they're 5-5. Both teams actually are 5-5. 3-2 ATS and 3-2 ATS at home, and 2-3 on the road. 2-2 for Duke, 2-3 at home for Duke as well. But I'm on Louisville. I think Duke and Virginia, teams like that, they have trouble with let's say athletic when they play against athletic teams. And Louisville being one of those teams, like street ball teams, Virginia and teams like Duke, when they're down, can't really match up against. They don't match up well against those teams. And I just think it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 3-4 times in the season. But that's kind of like football talk for me. Basketball to me, it happens all the time. Like the team is better, the team is better. And so for that reason alone, I'm on Louisville. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a tough game. The last game went into overtime, and I think the game before that, Louisville won by like 5 or 6, 73-87. And so I'm gonna ride that wave. I think Louisville. I'm not sure if Duke's in, or they're both on the bubble. I think Louisville's in. They're 13-6. I'm pretty sure they're in. I kind of want to go with Duke, man. I'm scared of this game, man. But I already took a bet. I already took Louisville, so I'm gonna go with my pick. I'm gonna ride with it. Louisville plus 2.5.
All right, Louisville plus the 2.5. Louisville. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I like Louisville plus 2.5. I like them to win outright, to be honest. But to be on the safe side, 2.5 because Duke is, coming off a game. It could be tricky, but I just see it's gonna be a close game in the beginning. But Duke's gonna fall apart. They're gonna fall apart.
Every time Duke play somebody good, they lose.
Right. So I'm gonna play the money line, but for the show purposes, for people, go ahead and take that 2.5 official play on Louisville. I checked in on that NC State. It's 23-28. Yeah, man, I was gonna drop 14 to win, just to win a quick stack on Syracuse, but then I kind of got like, man, don't get greedy like that. Just let it ride.
Yeah, I took the money line. I wish I would have took the first half because I wanted to, because it normally takes a half to figure out that zone.
All right, well, let's get on to our next game, man. One of my favorite teams that I've been riding with in the last couple of years, DePaul taking on Providence. Providence opened up as a 7-point favorite, and that line is still there because a lot of people are looking at some of these bigger games. And the total is 132.5. That total is now sitting at 135 for you totals guys. DePaul 4-13 on the year, 7-10 against the spread. While Providence, they are a good 13-12 basketball team. They're 12-13 against the spread though. And see if the injury reports. DePaul that's probably been their thing. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries. Freeman Liberty, he's questionable for today's game. Jacobs, he's out. Lopez Jr. questionable for today's game with an ankle injury. Ogenda, he is questionable for today's game as well, and Edwards out. So they're dealing with a lot of injuries. Nicholas Jr., he is out, and definitely for Providence, as well as Jay Davis. DePaul, they are on a 3-game losing streak against Marquette, Georgetown, and Creighton. They are just not a very good basketball team. Providence came off of a upset victory at 54-52 against Villanova, but in the first half they took off. They played very good in the first half, and they've been like that consistent over the years. But I kind of knew Providence was going to beat them in that game, but I just missed the line when they played. But beforehand, they suffered a loss to St. John's, 81-67. But then, I'll talk about it when it's my turn to throw my play. DePaul, they are 2-5 against the spread in the last 7. The unders hit 13 out of the last 15. They are 1-8 straight up in the last 9 games. 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games. 2-9 straight up in the last 11 games this season. 1-8 straight up in the last 9 games when playing against a Big East Conference opponent. The total has gone over 10 out of the last 11 played in the month of March. They are 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games when playing as an underdog. Providence, they are 4-2 against the spread in the last 6. The total has gone under 8 out of the last 12 games for them. They are 4-2 straight up in the last 6 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6 against DePaul. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6 of this season in the last 6 games. They're 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 games played on a Wednesday. 15-4 straight up in the last 19 games when playing as a favorite. 9-1 straight up in the last 10 games when playing on a Wednesday. DePaul versus Providence. What you got, Marley?
So DePaul is just not a good team this year. Like you said, I think they got a lot of injuries, and I really like this Providence team. Their record doesn't show it, but like you said, this is a very competitive team. They play really hard. The last 3 times these two played each other, Providence has won all 3 games. And 2-1 against the spread in those 3 games. The last game, it was 47-57, Providence by 10. I just think this is just an overall better team, and I think they can cover the 7. So I took Providence minus the 7. Duke, the guard, let me get his first. I can't think of his first name.
David Duke.
David Duke, 17. Is that his name, really? David Duke?
Yeah.
Like the KKK dude?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. His parents didn't know that shit. David Duke and Watson, they both averaged 17 to 16 points. That's the guard and center combination. Like, as long as they come in and do their thing, I expect them to take care of business here. DePaul is just not on their level. And DePaul is 2-13 against the conference, bro. Like, it's not. I don't expect this to be a close game. I expect it to be like a 10-point game, probably again. Like I said, the last time they played was 57-47. The game before that was a lot closer, but I think it was last year. It was 95-90. And the game before that, the third game was 93-55. Like I said, Providence won all 3. So in the last 3, they've only been close 1 game. I'm going to take the 7. Probably should look at the first half. I didn't. I might go back and check that and jump on that. It's probably going to be around 4. But I think this is a Providence first half, Providence full game for me.
Man, I'm right there with you. That's the same exact thing I was thinking.
Did y'all see Duke against UNC? Oh, yeah.
Well, that was a rival. In my opinion, that was a rivalry game.
Right. Anything can happen.
That's just my opinion. What game are we going over? The Providence game, right?
Providence game. Yes,
I'm right there with you. I like Providence -4 for the first half. That's the first half line. That's my official play. They play great in the first half. I see them. They have a chance to be up by double digits. They tend to go up by double digits a lot in the first half, and then just kind of nut up in the second half. But I like them first half -4. I'm not going to play the full game. I do think they can cover it, but I'm just going to get in and get out because I do know they tend to slow down on the gas. So, yeah, I'm going to take official play.
First half
-4 for the coach. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, fellas. We got all our platforms. We do different things on all of them while we're giving out our plays and opinions on these games. See what Mikey got to talk about.
Yeah, but it was a blowout. Sometimes that happens, Mikey.
Let's get to the next game, man. Notre Dame taking on UNC. Notre Dame, they kind of been, they've been on and off, but I bet it against them a lot this year. North Carolina opened up as a 6-point favorite. Now the line is now at 6.5. It's creeping some sites got it at -7. The total's at 148.5. Right now sitting at 150. Notre Dame, they are 11-14 on the year, 11-14 against the spread, while North Carolina, they are 16-9, 11-13-1 against the spread. Injury reports, Notre Dame, Ryan, he was injured last game and is probable for today's game against North Carolina. North Carolina, Manley, he's questionable for today, as well as P. Johnson. Notre Dame's on a 2-game winning streak. They upset Mano's Florida State 83-73, and beat Wake Forest 80-7. What's up?
I don't know how the fuck that happened because I took Florida State that game. How the fuck they
Man,
let Notre Dame beat them, bro?
that shit's crazy, man. Duke. They beat North Carolina beat Duke. Yeah, what is Mikey talking about? North Carolina beat Duke 91-73. So what is it was Mikey? Are you saying you don't like
Yeah,
Notre
he
Dame?
said
You don't like?
he just put it in the chat. He said money line Louisville.
Oh, okay. Got you. All right. Get to these actual factors for Notre Dame. Notre Dame, they are 5-1 against the spread last 6. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5 against in this game. In their last 5 games, they are 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games, 1-8 straight up in the last 9 games against North Carolina. 1-4 against the spread last 5 games this season. 1-5 against the spread last 6 games against an ACC opponent. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games in the month of March. 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games when played on a Wednesday. North Carolina, they are 4-2 against the spread last 6 games. The overs hit 4 out of the last 6. They are 11-5 straight up in the last 16 games. The unders hit 6 out of the last 7 against Notre Dame. They are 4-2 straight up in the last 6 games. 10-4 straight up in the last 14 games against ACC opponents. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games. And 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games played on a Wednesday. North Carolina taking on Notre Dame Fighting Irish. What you got, Marley?
And you got your Tar Heel hat on?
Yes, sir.
Every time you wear it.
I got it. Here's why I got it on. Because I believe the curse gets broken tonight.
Because every time you wear that fucking hat and we take North Carolina, we lose.
The curse gets broken tonight. That's why I wore it.
Okay. So, okay. Hey, I just wanted to throw that out there. Last 3 times these teams have played each other, North Carolina is 2-1. Very close games. The last game, 65-66, 1-point win. The game before that, Notre Dame won 77-76. And the third game, blowout UNC 76 to Notre Dame 65. I don't like Notre Dame. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't like them. I don't like the football team. I don't like the basketball team. I don't like Notre Dame. I don't like Lou Holtz or whatever the old coach was that everybody be talking about that be on ESPN College Game Day. I think he used to be on College Game Day. I don't know. I don't like Notre Dame. And it just depends on which North Carolina team we get. If we get the North Carolina team that plays like they're capable of playing, everybody on their game, this should be a easy cover for North Carolina at 6.5. I don't like how Notre Dame barely beat a terrible Wake Forest team with a buzzer beater 3 at the end after being down the whole game in the first half. Although I didn't think they should have been a 9-point favorite or 8-point favorite, whatever it was. So even with all that being said, I'm on the Tar Heels -6.5. I think it's money time. It's tournament time. Can't say North Carolina necessarily cares as much as Notre Dame because they're in. But if we're just picking the teams, this should be an easy game for North Carolina. Kind of scared with the 6.5, just because does North Carolina really care? Like, do they care about winning the ACC tournament?
Absolutely.
You think they do? If they care, this should be easy. I think they should care with the way they season went. It's not like they've been North Carolina that we're used to seeing 16-9. But this Notre Dame team shouldn't be on the court with these guys. And so I'm on UNC minus the 6.5. This should be a blowout.
Damn, dog. This is going down for the ages. And if the viewers saw, you saw a real reaction. I'm over here, man.
You on stock?
My GameStop just was at 3:30. And shoot, I just got a notification while we were going live that it's at 2:19. Like, damn.
Down.
I missed it. Fucking with y'all. I could have sold my shit. Fuck. All right, let's get to this game though. I like North Carolina full game. I think they come in to take care of business. -6.5 to take care of Notre Dame. Notre Dame, they've been playing a lot of games lately. It's a very tough matchup, and they won by a buzzer beater not too long ago. But I like Notre Dame, North Carolina.
What was yesterday?
What was your play?
Notre Dame, UNC.
-6.5.
Six
Well,
and
I'm
a
right
half.
there with you. I'm right there with you. GameStop got my mind all messed up right now, but hey, I'm locked in on this though. I'm wearing the hat. The jinx gets broken tonight. North Carolina -6.5. Book it.
Hey, if that jinx don't get broken tonight, I don't know. Every time you wear that hat, I'm fading them.
Book it. 6.5. GameStop. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. God, you mama, dog. Nah, this damn show. If we would have did this at 2:30, I would have cashed out. God damn, we gonna make it back up today though. I guarantee we gonna make it back up on this real shit.
I'm killing today, dog. I feel it.
Let's get to this last game, man. God damn. Oklahoma taking on Iowa State in the Big 12 tournament play. Some say this is one of the hardest conferences in the country.
Second, my opinion.
The hardest conference in the country. That's what they say. Oklahoma -12. The total's at 140 and a half. Right now, that total's at 141 and a half, and the line is still at 12. Huh. I think we called it at a different line, but okay. Iowa State, they are 2-21 on the year, 8-14-1 against the spread, while Oklahoma Sooners, one point of the season, was the hottest team in the country, 14-9 on the year, 12-10-1 against the spread. Bolton is out. Well, he's actually probable today for Iowa State. He's probably going to not. I don't know. He might play. But OU is healthy. I was like 10 games, lost 10 games, all 10 games, while OU, they're on a 4-game losing streak right now to Texas, Oklahoma State back-to-back, and Kansas State. Actual factuals, Iowa State, they are 2-6-1 against the spread in the last 9 games of the season, 0-10 straight up in the last 10 games. They're 12-3 against the spread in the last 15 games against Oklahoma. 0-17 against the spread in the last 17 games. 0-10 straight up in the last 10 games against Big 12 opponents. 1-9 against the spread in the last 9 games, 10 games played on a Wednesday. Oklahoma Sooners, they're 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 games. They're underset 13 out of the last 20. They are 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games. 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games. 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 games and against Big 12 opponents. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games. 1-4 in the month of March, and 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games when playing as a favorite. Sooners taking on Iowa State. What you got, Marley?
I mean, we don't have to spend a lot of time here. OU hasn't been looking good lately, though. Actually, their actual last win was against this Iowa State team, and it was by 11. I think it was 65-54. No, 66-55 or something like that. I think something like that. It was a double-digit win, but they haven't won since then. Iowa State, bro, they're 0-18 against the conference. 0-16 as a dog. 0-16. They don't win as underdogs. I don't even know what game they were the favorites that they won. That's crazy. I don't know who the hell they played. What's going down, LJ? But my play though, I'm not taking I didn't take the 11.5. I took Oklahoma first half. It's -6.5. And the last time they did play each other, that first half was I just have to score up. Give me 1 second. I literally just had to score up. Stupid laptop. But that score was like 41-25 first half. And that's the last time OU won. They know they can dominate this team. They need to get back on track. I expect them to come out and dominate this team. So I'm on the first half -6.5. I think it makes the most sense. I'm kind of scared of the 11.5, not because of Iowa State, though, just because I don't like how Oklahoma has been playing lately. So in order for them, in my opinion, in order for them to even cover their 11.5, I expect them to come out early and take a big lead, hopefully jump out to double digits, and then, ride that on out in the second half for those that want the 11.5. But I'm personally on first half -6.5. I think this is a get-right game before the start of the tournament. Like you said, one of the best conferences in NCAA this year. Some people argue number one. I think that's Big East. That's number one, Big East. I think it's the Big East. But yeah, I think Big 12 is definitely the second best conference. I'm on OU first half. Like you said, get in, get out.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. OU first half. Iowa State sucks. They have been getting. I didn't look at. I'm sorry, I didn't research it, but I know because I've been watching them.
No,
watching them. They have been losing the first half by double digits. So I'm right there with you.
I think they like 2-18 or 2-20 or something like that. Like, they're terrible.
So just to see,
they didn't win a single game in conference.
So 6.5.
6.5.
First half 6.5. Let's ride. That's all the games, man. That's all the games. Man, I'm over here. Man, I ain't gonna lie.
You over there tripping about that? That's
GameStop got my mind all over the place, man. Because I missed out on cashing out. Let's get this mic open, man. Are there any other games? I saw Mikey had a game. Let's see what the score is right now. This Syracuse. Right now it's 41 seconds left. It's 43-36 Syracuse. See, I should have went all in on that one, man. But it's all good. It's all good.
What's up, Chester? What's up, Javaris? What's going down? I see you. Got what plays you got today? Yeah, we're a little early today, y'all, man. Game started early, so we tried to give them to you a little earlier than the normal time frame. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I'm hurt. I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. Ooh, I'm hurt.
Like gambling, man. That's why I ain't jumped in it yet, man. I got enough bad habits.
No, it wasn't that. It was I wasn't watching it.
Right.
And it literally dipped like at 11:15.
That boy say Duke must win. Duke is a must win. We took Louisville. You like Colorado? I haven't looked at hockey today, but I am going to look at it. Colorado and Montreal over 6. All right. I'm going to go check it out. Me and LJ supposed to do a hockey show later this evening. So I will start doing hockey. I took over in the Syracuse 154. That's Mikey.
Well, you looking good, Mike, right now. Shit, you at 81?
I just money lined that Syracuse game. Said fuck it.
I took a -3.5. Well, I still got a long ways to go. If man, I might jump on the money line. I might put something down. I'm gonna call Mike and see if he can talk with his surgeon and see what the flow of that game's been on because we haven't been watching it. But yeah, I'm right there with you. Well, man, let's go ahead, man. We've been on here long enough. I'm ready to watch that game so I can make the play. NBA, college, and hockey. Yeah, y'all boys be sure to tune in to the boy Marley Betts and LJ. They'll be going live at least, I think, 2 different shows today or maybe 1. But, man, y'all tune in. They're going to get you right. Louisville is going to be a nail biter. Yeah, Louisville game is going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, they're going to be tight. I agree. It's going to be real tight. I think it can go either way. I think it can go either way. But I'm on Louisville. But it's hard to beat the team, man. They beat Duke twice. They beat Duke at home and Duke at Duke. So, it's hard. Like you said, revenge factor.
Yeah,
So
Duke ain't been doing good against good teams lately, man.
it was tight, man. It was a tough decision. That's a tight game. I agree. Wouldn't be one of my best bets.
Yeah.
My
Well, man,
best bet is probably OU per se.
I am out. Unless you about to stick around, talk to
Huh,
these.
you
Huh?
out? I got to prep for NBA and hockey.
Well, man, hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, we're going to be probably going live a little early right now because a lot of these games, these tournament plays, if not the night before. So just be sure to like, subscribe, follow, click that bell. So or if you're on Facebook, put the C first so you get it right away, man. But I am the coach. That's my boy Marley. Check out the records. We killing it. We are out.